Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome to Dome Keeper. This is a really cool little game that came out yesterday. I played a couple of games of it last night, and then I basically have not been able to stop thinking about it since I got up this morning. So I figured that's a pretty good sign that I should bring it here and share it with y'all. Some of you might be as into it as I am. I think this thing it's doing so many cool things. I do not exactly know how I would describe this game to you, so I'm not going to try. We're just gonna get into it. It is a game about mining resources. You have your little flying minestronaut here, and while you are mining resources, your mining base is protected by this dome. This is the dome that is keeping. It is keeping out the hostile alien atmosphere and also the hostile alien other things. You'll see. Also, check out my sick. It's supposed to be an owl. I was told that it was going to be a pet owl. It looks like a big pet bat, like a flying fox to me, and I am so much happier with that. If only there was a way for it to hang upside down in our base. But we're just going to go ahead and do this. We're going to jump in here on a medium map on hard, which is a difficulty. Both of the games I played last night were on normal, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So here we are, just approaching the planet in a very safe, OSHA-compliant way. Well, I feel like that's not on me. That's their fault. Yeah, so here we are. Our pedal just kind of batting down the hatches here. We got our dome, we got our laser, and we have all of this alien planet to just grind through. Now, I will say I do not think... It's not a super huge game. This probably won't be a very long series. But I definitely want to try. We'll do a couple of rounds here. So we bring resources back to the masher, and then we use them to purchase things in our upgrade console. You can see a lot of stuff, a lot of the basic stuff just costs what I have been calling gold. Sort of looks like gold. There's also this crystal resource, cobalt, that is used mostly to repair the dome. And then there is also water, and water is used to power your upgrades in addition to some amount of gold. So right now we have this shield on our dome, just like temporary HP on our dome that recharges after each wave of problems. That's definitely sort of a high priority. For right now, I think we're just going to buy the radar, which gives us this bar in the lower left of the screen that tells us how close we are to bad guy time. When the bar is depleted, it's time for fighting, and in the interim, it's time for mining. So right now, our tools are pretty weak. It takes a lot of hits to get through even the most basic walls. I mean, if you've played a mining game before, you're probably familiar with the sort of the rough loop here. 4 resources is about as much as we can carry, and you can see even carrying just 4, I'm mighty slow at this point. Let's go ahead and buy the structural health tracker and the first level of hardening. So 15% reduction in the melee damage that enemies deal to the dome. Just trust these things are important. I honestly have no idea how many monsters or of what types we're going to be up against on this difficulty. So I am maybe being a little bit hyper cautious, but also there's just not a lot to spend cobalt on. Like, increasing your dome's ability to take damage is what that resource is for. Right, we're going to grab this and then head back up. All right, here it comes. So, of course, at first, the monster waves are relatively gentle. I really, really love the background art, and there's a bunch of different planets. They have a lot of different art for the areas around the base. So we can buy some basic functionality upgrades with just gold. I do think that that's probably where we're going next. Let's just bump up the drill strength. Fewer hits for mining. Increasing jetpack speed also seems very valuable, but probably like more valuable once we've actually made some distance, right? Right now we hardly have to travel anywhere. Yeah, look at that. One hit mining. If I drop one of these... Yeah, there's a pretty big speed gain between carrying 3 things and carrying 4. Look at him enjoying the airflow from the tunnel below. I don't know. I guess if I had carried 4 up there, I could have bought the jetpack speed upgrade right away. Yeah, but this is what I was figuring, that it was going to be 2 trips either way, and it would probably be faster as 3 and 3 than as 2 and 4. Maybe that's not valid. I don't know. Alright, so let's buy ourselves a jetpack upgrade. Hell yeah. And I guess here, we have enough time to do a little bit more mining. We're just going to search. So you can see, we can see resources that are in adjacent tiles. Ooh. Look at this. So this is a piece of alien technology to install in our base. Definitely letting the shield take some hits here. So, a blast mining machine under the dome that produces blast charges, or the lift. Yeah, I like the lift a lot. I had this in the first game that I won. Just a thing to help bring up your resources. We are going to end up pretty far down in the planet. It will be very helpful to not have to make the trip back all the time ourselves. I love how much personality these monsters have. This thing where they're mashing their head against the dome, but they're goopy when they impact the dome. You can see they sort of like spread over the surface and then have to regather themselves. And there are actually a lot of different kinds of monsters. I'm very impressed with the art. So my mining strategy here is based on the fact that like we can see resources in adjacent tiles. So you just leave like a couple open tiles between your mine shafts. I don't know, that seems to make sense to me. So we'll just leave this stuff in the lift. You can see when resources are in the lift column, they just sort of float. And then there is this orb in the lift that comes by and grabs them. Since we now have a lift, I think the thing that makes the most sense is to like build veins off to the side and then just dump stuff. Okay, so here are the orbs. So you can see they go down to the bottom to reset. And then they travel up and they'll just grab the first 3 resources they find and bring them all the way up to the top. It is definitely still faster for us to run some stuff ourselves, and I'm gonna grab these. Oh, I grabbed too many things. There we go. You can see the orbs stop moving when it's monster time, which is a little bit of a bummer. Okay, these flying enemies are extremely annoying. The laser does stun things when you're making contact. It doesn't completely stop the enemies from moving, but like it dramatically slows the damage they're dealing. I will say, I do not feel like I am doing a super great job of taking care of the dome here. I'm getting very distracted by mining. You can get away with playing like this on easy. We'll see if it's the case on normal. So, in addition to being able to upgrade the shield, we can now use water to upgrade our lift, and that'll be true of any other stuff we find as well. So we can improve the speed of the orbs, the number of orbs, and eventually the number of resources the orbs carry, as well as adding a boost effect for ourselves. All stuff that we're totally going to do soon. Actually, I'm gonna come down here and grab some of this water. Obviously, buying the orb or buying the lift upgrades earlier is better. I would, in fact, like to get that lift speed upgrade. We have to wait until... Okay, I need one more. Please deposit. There we go. Alright, let's get the lift speed upgrade. And then, like, I don't know, maybe upgrading the shield would be a good idea, especially if I'm going to be slow to get up here every time. Whatever. Problems for later. Later when we have more resources. But yeah, now that we have the lift, I think it makes the most sense to sort of like just dig horizontally off of it rather than digging these long vertical shafts. And actually probably this may well be a much better way to build your mine in general. Oh, we got something here. Also, so you'll run into sort of pockets of different kinds of materials. It definitely is not the case. I had sort of assumed that it would be like, as you dig deeper and further out, you get harder to dig materials, but it's not uniformly true. You will find pockets of like softer rock and harder rock everywhere. So let's just go ahead and be present when the fighting starts this time. We definitely need to upgrade this laser. Both its move speed and its damage are very bad. But those are things that are both fixable. So we have 8 gold right now. Yeah, let's pursue a damage upgrade here. So you can see it increases the damage output and the amount of stun. We can spend some of our stored cobalt to do repairs, to just restore health to it. Ideally, I would like to save cobalt and try to get the other level of hardening first, just to really minimize the total amount of damage we're taking before we're buying our damage off. But I don't know if that's real strats. Like, that's the thing that makes intuitive sense to me. So if we dig far enough, what I'm trying to do is find the edges here. Yeah, you see, we'll find this harder material that we cannot even begin to dig. We're digging down into an alien vault, presumably. You know, that's why there's like technology and stuff down here. Okay, this is a surprising amount of resource. Let's just dump this stuff in the lift. Whatever. I'm not coming back for it. So you can see the shield bar on the bottom left there, right above the flashing monster indicator. Oh, it's a lot of enemies. The waves are definitely dialing up faster on this difficulty. Not really a huge shock. Okay, I think we are going to have to just real quick here. See, it's a pretty significant melee damage reduction. But yeah, I think we have to spend a little bit of cobalt on the domer. We're just going to die here. Still definitely having a problem with the laser base moving too slowly. Which is also correctable. And in fact, I probably should have just done it during the wave. But there we go. Speed plus 0.1. 0.1 what? I have no idea. I don't know what that number refers to. It's fine. You don't have to understand what a number is to understand that it's good when it goes up. All right, you handle that. I'm going to dig out some more of this high area. We should probably make sure we have all the resources from the high part of the mine before we move on. I could probably have run those back. I don't know. At this point, what the lift is doing mostly is enabling my laziness, and I'm fine with it. Okay, we don't need to find too much more cobalt in order to be able to buy that other upgrade. Oh, no, don't attach all that stuff. So you just, when you're close to resources, you just hold down a button to tether them. And that does make it sometimes a little bit tricky to get, if there's too much stuff around, it makes it tricky to get like a particular amount or the particular ones that you want. Yeah, the increased move speed for the laser base is a lifesaver for sure. Here, we'll just grab these and scoop them up real quick. Okay, so we do have enough for the hardening. I'm going to go ahead and buy it, even though it might have been wiser to make sure that we were going to find some more. But also, we have a lot of gold right now, and I would like to pursue some more basic upgrades here. So this both increases the speed with which you carry resources and and as such increases the amount of resources that you can carry before suffering really ugly slowdown. We're starting to get pretty far from the base, or at least there are parts of the mine that are pretty far from the base. So I think it's probably reasonable to pursue a speed upgrade here. There we go. I'm starting to feel pretty competent at mining. All right, I think we may have gotten all of the easy high up stuff. I feel like we've not seen a lot of water. And I guess we're not really desperate for upgrades to the lift, but I would love to be able to buy some more upgrades for the shield. Okay, this stuff is a nightmare to dig through. Let's grab this gold and then head back. All of that work for a single square. Okay, we'll just run this back by hand since we're going back anyway. Look how fast. We're doing it. We're living the dream. Like a Ferrari with a drill mounted on the front of it. That's my dream anyway. I mean, I'm probably not alone. If you think about what kind of car Shredder would like to drive, I bet that's up there. Okay, so I feel like we have done a relatively thorough job high up here. How hard is this rock? It's not too bad with our current drill. So anyway, you can see minerals that are in the tiles adjacent to you, so we're just going to keep digging out these. This is 3 spaces, isn't it? It's a little hard to keep track of the distances. There we go. Now we'll see anything we pass. Yeah, and as you have seen, you usually find gold in large enough amounts that I think that first carry upgrade is pretty significant. Okay, stuff does get stuck sometimes in the narrow tunnels. Also, I get stuck. I just bump into walls a ton, which is fine, I guess. So what we're really doing here, our goal is we are looking for the big relic. The big relic's going to be pretty deep down. Hard to say too much more about it than that, though. We don't really have a good sense of like where it might be, just that it's down there somewhere. Also, we need some cobalt for repairs pretty desperately. If we cannot find some pretty soon, we are in dire shape indeed. If we can find some pretty soon, with us having full hardening, each point of cobalt that we find at this point does buy us a considerable amount of time. Also, water. Water would buy us a considerable amount of time because it would be good upgrades for the shield. But all we can really do is hope, I think. Okay, great. Well, all right. I should have specified. A large amount of water would be wonderful to find. Okay, yeah, it's not too bad over on this side. Stuff is pretty soft. And I mean, like, I'm never upset to find gold, but it's not what we're looking for. We can buy a couple of extensions to the life bar with gold. I don't think it's particularly resource efficient, but it is something. See if we can't just grab a little bit more here. And you can see, like, one of the big problems with having to head down into the mine is just that the amount of time between the enemy waves seems to be static. So if you are having to go further down, you are having to spend more time on travel, you are getting less actual searching time between having to go back and fight monsters. And really, I need to go back and fight monsters. We definitely have enough gold storage to be able to buy one of the health bar upgrades, and we're certainly going to do it. Yeah, plus 300. The next one is only plus 400 more, and it's 14 gold. So we really don't want to be in that place. Oh, it's so many enemies. And they don't seem to have any interest in, like, grouping up for efficient elimination. There's running from one side to the other. It's almost like they don't care about me at all. Just, like, not interested in how their actions are harming me. Really selfish. These are selfish aliens, which is the worst kind of alien. Okay, it's cool that the rock is so soft. It would be cooler if it was, like, full of resources or useful at all. Okay, geez. Yeah, let's dig up a little bit more space here. Okay, cool. Cobalt. Cobalt is critically important. And I like the way that the there's a lot of cool tech here. Like the plants auto-generating off of the cave walls, the behavior of your little cave creatures. There is, of course, the owlbat, but I have encountered other things already. And there's some other stuff. You can see, like, there's differentiation in the sort of like the back wall of the cave. All right, we're gonna run some of this cobalt up personally so that we can buy some HP. Okay, I feel so much better. So this just keeps your inventory resource display up at all times. I don't know. It doesn't seem worth the money to me. I don't really... this will give you a kill counter, or a wave counter, rather, which, again, is not, I think, actually worth any resources. And we do have the stuff here to get 20 extra HP on the shield. I think it's 20, right? Yeah. Probably worth having. Although it takes time to charge up, and buying it so close to the wave, we are not going to get the effect of that upgrade here, probably. Ah, damn it. I was really hoping I could catch that thing before it went all ethereal. Alright. I should have just waited over here for them. Alright, for the moment, we're still just getting the really basic enemies. And I'm pretty surprised by how basic stuff still is this far into the run. There definitely are some more menacing things that can appear, and I assume will be appearing shortly. So I would really love it if we could maybe put together the cash for some more weapon upgrades. That would be fun. Interesting. The walls of the vault are like contracting on us a little bit. Yeah. Okay, this is so much stuff. It's all right. We'll bring this out to the lift in a couple of loads, and then we'll have to run back up. Wow, there's a lot of gold down here. I mean, now that we have the cobalt necessary to survive for a little while, finding a huge amount of gold is basically the best thing that could be happening to us. You can see you can sometimes physics influence the stuff you're not carrying with the stuff that you are carrying. We have a lot of money. We should definitely buy another damage upgrade. So every time you dial up the power of the laser, you slow down its movement, not at all times, but only specifically while you're firing. It feels to me like that's not a big deal. Because, like, you don't need to move the laser while it's firing. You can just do a good job of getting it in place and then opening up. I am a little bit bad at it, as you can see with me trying to, like, dial in the shot on these flying enemies. But it is a thing you should be able to do. That's a problem you can obviate with just a little bit of player skill. All right, how much cobalt do we have in the computer right now? Just one. I mean, at this point, cobalt has literally no use except for buying the repair, as far as I'm aware, so we are going to be using it for that. I would really love to find some more water so we could pump some more upgrades into the lift, because at this point, the lift is going to have a hard time keeping up with the amount of gold we're finding down here. Which is like a really nice problem to have, but it is still a problem. Yeah, getting another orb would be really nice. Ooh, hey, more tech. All right, I'm just gonna carry this stuff back up, and we're gonna be able to pulse some of this gold with us, although some of it's just gonna fall out of the lift. Actually, a lot of it's probably just gonna fall out of the lift. It's fine. We'll figure it out later. There we go. We got a couple of extra pieces. Resources that you are pulling along like this do not have any like physics effect on your movement. They're basically just free. Okay, a condenser that slowly produces... Oh, hell yeah. Source of water. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So we do have enough money for I mean, right? Probably. And then we just buy... I'm going to put some more cobalt into the dome, and okay, I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling tough here. What does it cost? Okay, every lift upgrade is 2 water. All right, so we'll have to wait for the condenser to do some more condensing. I'm not going to head back down. We're too close to the next wave. We'll just sit here for a second. Look at our loyal pet sitting directly on top of the computer equipment. Probably not the best place for it to be. Okay, here we go. Some other stuff is starting to show up. I just feel like it would be best if these things were killed quickly. That's my apprehension of the situation. All right, so we got to do a little bit of cleanup here. Where is the stuff that fell out of the lift? Okay. There we go. Wow, yeah, we are getting very lucky. I have not played enough of the game to get a sense of like the generation algorithms for the resources. If it is generally the case that like deeper resource pockets are larger or whatever, but it feels to me like on this particular stratum, we have found a hell of a lot of resources, way more than I was expecting. Well, there's a lot of tiles in this deposit, not a lot of actual points of resource. I am just going to drop this off and keep digging, though. I'm not in a particular hurry on the gold. Actually, we want to go a little bit deeper here. There we go. So yeah, the particular upgrades that you find on any run, the bits of tech, are going to have a huge influence, I think, on what your optimal strategy is. Okay, I'm really happy to have 3 extra water. Oh, what am I doing? I need to get back. I'll tell you what I'm doing. Losing track of time. Let's just see if we can get anything up here with us. Yeah, we're getting some stuff. Getting that other point of cobalt that was in the shaft for free. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let's just put a little bit more cobalt in there. Do I want to buy another weapon upgrade? So this is just an aim line to help you. Like I said, this is a thing I want to just fix with like player skill. It would be nice to have some of that. Trying to develop it. A little bit of auto aim seems like not really that useful. Big speed up. This one installs a second laser turret, but splits your firepower between them. Hitting energy projectiles with the laser beam immediately dissolves them. Like this stuff the flying creatures are throwing, I assume. That doesn't honestly seem very useful. You know, like trying to get your laser in position to hit those, it seems unrealistic. So we can't really buy any combat upgrades. We could buy a shield upgrade. An active combat ability that creates a deadly field effect around the dome. You know what? This would be a lovely thing to have right now. And then I am going to put the other points of water into more orbs for the lift. All right, so... Okay, I'm pressing Electroblast and it's not doing anything. My guess would be that you still have to have some points of shield left to use it. This is bad. This is a bad wave to get to slowly. Yeah, geez, that was a huge amount of damage. All right, well... The extra orb for the lift is going to be significant. When we start to get close to the target relic, we will receive some visual indication. There are sort of hints in the background. But yeah, this is a big mine. If this is a medium map, hard for me to imagine what it must be like to play on a large one. My instinct as a Let's Player is to, like, cover dead air. But to be perfectly honest, part of what I find compelling about this game is the sort of, like, the weird ambiance of it. Oh, I got all excited because I thought I was seeing the edge of some cobalt there, but it's just gold combined with the weird color shift down here. I really like the sort of like the whatever it is that's going on with like the weird shaders and the, like I said, I think a lot of the visual effects of the game are really impressive and cool. Just gonna bring up as much of this stuff as I can. Definitely worth pulling some cobalt. Okay, I don't like that at all. Okay, so I guess like you would be killing the energy blasts from that creature quite easily while you're shooting at it if you had that last upgrade, so I guess I see the utility of that. Let's go into the upgrades menu. Let's go ahead and spend the cobalt we brought up. Also, commit the water from the condenser. I don't know if the lift orbs would grab it. It's off to the side enough that my expectation would be that they would not. Did I? Okay, it doesn't look like I really knocked anything loose. So in the other, I played 2 games on normal, and I did win them both last night. In the other run, I didn't have the lift, but I had a teleporter, which was a little bit awkward to use, but was a teleporter. And obviously that has some real utility for traveling back and forth on account of the definition of teleportation. I think I like the lift better overall. The teleporter is definitely a little finicky to use, but you do spend a lot more of your time searching when you have the teleporter. You can just leave it at the bottom of whatever you have dug most recently. Here, let's dig back through this stone real quick just to see if there's anything in this big block. And then I think it behooves us to help carry some of these resources up. We can't rely on the lift entirely, and we definitely can afford... We have unearthed enough stuff to afford some real upgrades. There we go. Okay, yeah, we are like super rich. Actually, I have never, on my previous runs, did not have anywhere near this amount of money. Hell yeah, let's go big laser. And also, carry more stuff. And also, drill even more. Alright, I have not gotten to see the big laser yet. It's very impressive. They're not kidding, though. You cannot move this thing while firing. I like that very much. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about our odds in combat here. We're just gonna clean up some of this stuff real fast. Okay. I'm gonna let the lift handle it from here. Another level of drill upgrade I think is definitely worthwhile though, because we are finding some pockets of soft material, but we've also found some stuff that's a real pain in the ass to dig through down here. So yeah, the procedural generation of the plants and like the behavior of the animals, and it's all very charming. There's a remarkable amount of charm. Oh hey, more tech. We will totally check that out in just a minute here. Just have kind of a lot of garbage that I'm carrying. It'd be nice to... Come with me. We're going to grab a little bit more gold because I think we're going to have to head up now. Yeah, all right. So obviously, as you get lower, or as you get lower in the mine, the lift shaft gets less efficient at gathering resources too, because the orbs always go all the way to the bottom before starting back up. They don't just like stop at a point of resource. Oh, okay, so we got the teleporter. I don't feel like we need the teleporter with the lift, though. A probe to your suit, which, when triggered, sends out a pulse that reveals nearby resources. That's interesting. Let's try that. So, what are we looking at upgrade-wise for this probe? This is the probe. So right now it has a 5-tile range with only a single charge. Okay, yeah, I feel like you want range more than anything, right? So you trade the extra charge back for a really impressive range up here. Or you could pick up more charges but lose range. Or adds a memory module. Interesting. Then what does this do? Makes it recharge on its own over time so you don't have to come back to the base. Let's take this. This is going to be 4 water. We'll get there. I'm going to use the Electro Blast. Okay, it does fully kill a monster. It doesn't just stun them. I mean, it fully kills, like, the basic monsters, but that'll work for now. So do I... Okay. Did it tell us how to use the probe? Whatever. We're going to get down here and I'm going to press some buttons. We'll see what happens. So I'm just going to dig out into an area that we don't really know anything about. Okay, and then it's not space, it's not E. F? Okay, yeah, it's the same button as the Electroblast. That makes sense. Huh. Hold on, I want to see what this one thing is off to the side. Okay, it's just a little bit of water. What about this? Just a huge amount of gold. Okay. Oh, the bottom of the vault. Interesting. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm doing a really bad job of finding the the artifact. Finding the relic, rather. Actually, we probably just have to go back, don't we? Well, you can see the value of the teleporter here. Okay, let's give me my charge back. Ah, okay, I've never seen one of those before. I remember that I have the Electroblast. Whew, okay. We have a little bit of cobalt. We're fine. We're doing just fine. I think the lift has been tremendously helpful. Can you imagine if we'd had to run all of this gold back from all the way down here? I am going to grab some more of it. Jeez. There is so much stuff down here. But the fact is, none of it matters if we can't find the relic. Eventually, we will simply be overwhelmed. All right, let me try. Let's take our other probe charge in this direction. Oh, it's interesting that oh. This is an egg from which another pet will hatch. Fire the probe there. Oh, okay. The fact that we're seeing that means we're close. I don't think we're not going to be able to unveil it before the next wave, but that thing is an indicator that you are near the real relic. And in fact, it will have if we dig out the space around it a little bit more, it'll have a directional indicator on it for us. So we can try to sort that out. But for right now, let's just get back up here and handle what hopefully will be the final wave of monsters. So the reason I have 2 pets to choose from on the loadout menu is because I found one of these eggs on the second run last night. So let's just get that into the base here. Hopefully it'll have time to hatch. I don't know if it actually needs to hatch. I'm going to max out my drill. Because it does take quite a while to drill out the space around the real relic. Okay, hello. Let's just point this directly into your eyes. It's the thing from the end of Inside. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so the thing is somewhere over here. What am I seeing? Okay, here we go. This is the thing itself. I think that buffed us. So there was a demo for Dome Keeper some time ago, and in the demo, there was a thing you could get in your base that produced like fruit, and when you ate the fruit, it buffed you, and it changed your color in the way that picking up that mushroom cap has changed us here. It's not opening though. Do we actually have to? Oh, maybe you actually have to turn on all of the things, all of the indicators. I think I had done that by accident on both of my previous runs. I had found them first, so I didn't realize that maybe they are actually a requirement. I mean, the cables running through the walls suggest that. Here we go. Here's one of them. And yep, that runs power through the wiring. Okay, so the other one is up here somewhere. Okay, yeah, and now it will open. Cool. All right, there we go. Now all we have to do is get it back. And we are a little bit late to show up to the wave, but we have lots of killing power, and also I think at least some cobalt left in the supply. So when we get there, the presence of the relic is going to it's going to cause a little bit of a feeding frenzy. Jeez. Maybe there already was one. I like that it's like gently snowing now. Yeah, this is like getting pretty ugly. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. See, the relic's got us. No big deal. Oh, got a little tighter than I was hoping for. So we have found a new pet. We have unlocked a new world, and also we get to unlock a new gameplay element here. There's not a ton of these. Like I said, it's not a huge game. I'm actually pretty curious about this sword dome, a powerful dome with a dynamic sword that keepers can master to dominate attackers. Sure, why have a big laser cannon when you can just have a sword? Classic 40k logic. All right, I think that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. That's basically what this game is. When you come back next time, we're turning the difficulty up to brutal, and we're going to see if we can put a couple of wins together there. And that's probably it. That's probably what this series will be, just like a handful of episodes. But I am way into this thing, and I hope that some of y'all are way into it as well. Yeah, you can go buy it. You can go buy it on Steam. It rules. So come back next time tomorrow for brutality, and we'll see you then.